marathon. I did this workout. This year, I'm able to duplicate that effort. I'm going to be in the same kind of shape. And I think she's coming in here brimming with confidence, knowing that she's done some of those key workouts.
Mary on pace right now, under 2 hours and 23 minutes as the things have quickened here in the second half of the race so far for her. First Avenue. In the background, you're seeing where the 59th Street Bridge is, that green area down the back, not the bridge that you saw. And they're experiencing, again, this wall of sound. When I say wall of sound, the applause on one side bounces off the apartment buildings, and it just never escapes. It's like hearing this in a barrel.
Right, and you have crowds on both sides of the road, too. You're a little closer to the left side of the road, but that sound reverberates. You have hundreds of thousands of people injecting that noise. And it's really, like I say, the fact that you're coming down a hill, it really revitalizes you. And if you're feeling off a little bit at this point in time, which hopefully you're not because you still have about 15K to go, it certainly buoys you and carries you along.
When you start to struggle, great head-on shot here. When you start to struggle and you're late in the race like this, what did you think of to try and help, get over the tough times?
I think I would reflect back to the successful workouts I'd had in the past, the good long runs that I'd had, the amazing workouts. And I would also sometimes just focus on those positive enablers that we talked about earlier on, the family, the friends, the coaches that had put me in that position. And sometimes I think we are all better when we do something not just for ourselves but for others. And sometimes if you can look a little bit more altruistically, it will give you that lift and that extra bounce that you need in the late kilometers of a marathon.
So there's several things here going to help these guys along with the mental stuff that you're talking about, what's a plus and what's important. You got the crowds on one side. You can almost put yourself in the race right now with this great camera shot. You can look at the guy in front of you and try and say, is his arms dropping a bit? Is his back stride of his heel kick, has that come down a bit? Does he look a little more weary? Does he make a sudden move over to grab a water bottle or something that he hasn't picked up any water? He's only had his regular drink. What can I read into that?
And sometimes you're not thinking at all. Sometimes you just kind of zone out and just get in the slipstream of the runner ahead of you and just get pulled along as effortlessly and as easily as possible, trying to draft off of their energy and trying to have them pull you along and trying to be as easily match that pace as possible. You don't want to be working very hard because you still know you have, in their case, 15 kilometers of racing left. Gabor Selassie sure looks good, though, and who would have known that just 11 weeks ago he was finishing in 4th place in the Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro.
Well, a man he might have to worry about is Lalisa de Sisa, who was the Boston Marathon champion the year of the bombing, and came back later that year to give his medal to the city as a symbol of bonding. And this was his 2013 victory just before the